Are you worried about a challenge to your leadership, Mr. Poilievre?
No.
The Toronto Star actually, though, reported about a conservative advisor saying that you were the reason that your party lost. Are you the reason?
We got 2.4 million more votes, 25 more seats. We had the biggest vote count in our party's history, the biggest increase in our party's history, the biggest vote share since 1988, and we're going to continue to work to get over the finish line.
Sorry, Pierre, but that conservative surge wasn't about you. You lost your seat. That alone should prompt some humility, because while the party soared nationally, you failed to hold your ground. The message from your own riding was loud and clear. People wanted Trudeau out, but they didn't want you in. I can already hear your defenders rushing to my comments section to make excuses for you. They're going to point out the fact that your riding had 90 candidates, as if that justifies your loss. Others are going to blame redistricting, saying the boundaries changed and lumped in a more liberal-leaning area, that it wasn't failure, it was sabotage. And while technically both of those things are true, neither argument really holds weight. And here's why. First, let's deal with the 90 candidates spin that I am tired of hearing. Yes, your ballot looked like a yard sale, but let's get real. 99% of those candidates weren't serious contenders. Fringe candidates didn't cost you that seat. They didn't siphon off thousands of votes. You weren't edged out by a crypto-anarchist with a handmade sign. You lost to a liberal candidate who, by all accounts, ran a disciplined, focused, and better than you campaign. Blaming those candidates who had no real chance of winning in the first place is just deflection. Now for the redistricting excuse. True, new boundaries were created that added Liberal territory to your riding, but you're the official opposition leader. Or, rather, you were the official opposition leader. Now you're just a squatter in the official opposition leader's house. But I digress. My point is, you had every right and every opportunity to oppose those proposed changes before they took effect. You didn't, which means you either didn't see them as a threat or, and this is more likely if you listen to anybody who lives in your riding, you didn't know they were happening because you've spent zero time there since you've been elected. And that probably has more to do with your loss than any of the boundary changes. Let's cut the crap. This wasn't a pro-Poilievre wave. It was an anti-Trudeau revolt. Yes, your party did receive more votes than they have in decades, but people were voting against Liberal policies. They weren't voting for you. A traffic cone wearing a blue tie could have taken a large swath of ridings this time around. In fact, pre-election data proves that Conservative voters didn't care who was at the helm of the party. They just wanted the Liberal era over. And exit data proves that your polarizing style cost the party winnable seats in urban centers and among swing voters. If someone else had been leading the Conservative Party, a pragmatic conservative with broader appeal, the party likely wouldn't just be celebrating a record-breaking vote count. They'd be forming government. So, lucky for us, the majority of Canadians despise you. Your brand of politics, rage clips, gotcha lines, and relentless attacks plays well in social media bubbles, but turns off moderate voters. It's theater, not strategy. And while it fires up your base, it caps the ceiling. That's why, despite the vote surge, you're still not prime minister. You hitched the party to your toxic persona, then watched as your own riding unhitched itself from you. That's funny. You were supposed to be the face of victory, and instead, you're just another conservative failure. You're the reason Conservatives lost, Pierre. That's your legacy, and that's the reality that you refuse to face. You're like that ex who refuses to accept that the romance is gone. It's over. Move on. We have.